What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Johnny Cash. Yes, indeed, Johnny Cash fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of June for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, JFK. Hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK wanted to see me react to this. It is Johnny Cash doing a cover of the Sting song, I Hung My Head.
Hey, wait a minute.
Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes. Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, I just heard this song for the very first time yesterday when I was filming. I did a reaction to the original, of Sting performing the song, I Hung My Head. JFK wanted to do something a little different for his 3 requests. He wanted to take the same song and do like an original versus cover, but he didn't want to put all 3 into one video. He wanted to keep them separate, which personally I appreciate, because that means I'll have to deal with 1 copyright issue per video instead of 3 copyright issues in 1 video. So I appreciated doing this. I am gonna have to go back and check out the original just to kind of, I know I just heard it for the first time yesterday, but it might be a good idea if I go back and check it out. So let me do that really quick.
A few minutes later.
All those horns.
A few moments later.
And through the miracle of time, we just watched the entire song in 10 seconds, or less. No, I did watch the entire song again just to be sure I remembered everything, and I do. So, but just to be clear and full transparency, I have heard the song before, so I will not be reacting to the song itself in any way, shape, or form. The original song. I will only be basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my score on what Johnny Cash does with the song. Now, knowing what I know about Johnny Cash, he's probably not going to do a carbon copy cover. He's going to put his own spin on it, and I'm really curious to see what Johnny Cash does with the song. So, looking forward to this. Let's see, this was posted by Nevermore Stranger, okay? And the video has 328,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Johnny Cash, I Hung My Head. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Early one morning, with time to kill, I borrowed Jeb's rifle and sat on the hill. I saw a lone rider crossing the plain. I drew a bead on him to practice my aim. My brother's rifle went off in my hand. A shot rang out across the land. The horse he kept running, the rider was dead. I hung my head, I hung my head. I set off running to wake from the dream. My brother's rifle went into the sheen. I kept on running into the Southlands. That's where they found me, my head in my hands. The sheriff, he asked me, why had I run? And then it came to me, just what I had done. And all for no reason, just one piece of lead. I hung my head, I hung my head.
Okay. He's definitely putting his own spin on it without question. Right off the gun, the first thing I noticed, this is in 4/4. It's not in 9/4 like the original is. It's definitely an interesting approach. And I know a lot of people are going to probably listen to what I'm going to say here and go, oh, he's full of it. You know, but believe it or not, it does make a big difference. It really does. It changed up the entire feel of the song. I kept waiting for that extra beat. I kept waiting for that extra accent, that extra length of the phrase, and not getting it. And it's not off-putting. It's not off-putting at all. It does kind of prove a theory that I've always had that, you know, as long as the time signatures are close, like 9/4 and 4/4, you know, they're close. You know, you're talking about two measures of 4/4, which could be 8/4, I guess. 8/4, 9/4. Can you make a song in 8/4, or can you take a song that's written in 9/4 and play it in 8/4 or 4/4, or can you take a song in 4/4 and play it in like 5/4 or 9/4? You can. You can. It's going to sound different, but you can make it work. And this is a great example. It really is. A very simplified, stripped down version. You don't have to think about it quite so much. And Johnny Cash is, you know, he's Johnny Cash. I mean, his vocals, he's got one of the most distinct voices in music, period. Like, you hear Johnny Cash sing, you know it's Johnny Cash, right? His vocal style definitely lends itself well to this song. If I'm being honest, though, I'm missing a lot of the fullness of the song. It's a nice stripped down version. It is, and I'm not taking anything away from it. But me personally, I like the horns. I like the piano. I like, you know, the guitar. I mean, we got guitar here. We do, and we got piano as well. I miss the drums. I miss the horns. I miss the additional voices. And I know there's going to be people who like a stripped down version more. They're going to like this version more. I am not trying to discredit those people at all. You're going to like what you're going to like, and that's perfectly fine. Me personally, though, I like the fuller version better, I think. And the 9/4, I got to say, even though it's a little bit of an odd time signature, it felt good with the groove, man. It did. I'm liking this, but I think I'm liking the original version more than this. So, and my mind might change. We still got another 2 minutes. I may change my mind about that. Let's see.
Here in the courthouse, the whole town was there. I see the judge high up in his chair. Explain to the courtroom what went through your mind, and we'll ask the jury what verdict they find. I felt the power of death over life. I orphaned his children, I widowed his wife. I beg their forgiveness, I wish I was dead. I hung my head, I hung my head, I hung my head, I hung my head. Early one morning, with time to kill, I see the gallows up on the hill, and out in the distance a trick of the brain. I see a lone rider crossing the plain, and he come to fetch me to see what they done, and we'll ride together till kingdom come. I pray for God's mercy, 'cause soon I'll be dead. I hung my head, I hung my head, I hung my head, I hung my head.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know? I'm not going to expect, you know, a big soulful production from Johnny Cash. He's going to take the country approach, and there's nothing wrong with that. Definitely puts his own spin, his own flavor on the cover, and I always appreciate that. I always do. I like that more than carbon copy covers. I always have. So, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Johnny Cash with his rendition of the Sting tune, I Hung My Head. This was a request from JFK, and this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of June for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, JFK. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. I got a score, and I really hope everybody gives me a chance to explain where I'm coming from and how I came to the score before they decide to jump on me, okay? Because I guarantee you, Johnny Cash fans are probably not going to be too happy with the score I give, but trust me, I have my reasons, okay? Let's get to the score, but before I do, I just need to reiterate, I have heard the original song. I just did a reaction to it yesterday. It's like, you know, 6 or 7 or 8 videos ago. Go back and check it out if you want to know what I think about the song, the original song. I am basing this evaluation of score completely on what Johnny Cash did with the song. His cover, his interpretation, okay? Not the original song in any way, shape, or form. Please keep that in mind. All right, let's get to that score, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, oh boy, I'm gonna give that a 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.5. What does that mean? Johnny Cash fans, feeling you, feeling you, okay? It's not the end of the world, I promise. Hear me out. A 6.5 is not a bad score. As a matter of fact, it's a pretty good score, okay? So I think this was a pretty good cover. It would get 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. Yeah, a B-. So not D as in dog, B as in boy, B-. So you get a 6.5, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come to this score? Oh boy. So glad you asked. When it comes to covers, there are 2 ways you can go. You can do a carbon copy cover where you play the song exactly like the original, note for note, beat for beat, tone for tone, word for word, exactly like the original. Or you could do your own interpretation of it. You could put your own spin on it. You could put your own flavor on it. You could take it in a little bit of a different direction, a direction that doesn't sound anything like the original. As long as you don't take it so far into left field that's not recognizable. I've seen that happen a number of times where you listen to it and you're like, what is this? It's a cover of, it says Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb, but what the heck is this? This doesn't sound anything like it. That's a problem. That's a glaring problem. But I do love it when people take covers and they put their own spin on it and they give it their own little flavor and their own feel and they take it in a little bit of a different direction. That definitely happened here. Johnny Cash took a song that had a big, full-sounding, soulful feel to it and stripped it down to a very intimate-sounding country feel, which included a change in time signature from 9/4 to 4/4. That alone really caught my attention, and I was like, oh, okay, that's different. That doesn't sound like the original. So that was a nice spin right there on its own. I think Johnny Cash's voice lended itself very well to this cover. I think it fit like a glove with that country feel. Johnny Cash has got one of the most recognizable voices in music, not just in country music, but in music in general. You hear Johnny Cash sing and you will know that's, you don't have to think very hard. You'll go, oh yeah, that's Johnny Cash. No problem. The stripped down version, it was good. It was good. I understand the direction because he wanted to put his own spin on it, and it definitely worked. Between the two, though, I gotta be honest with you, I was missing the drums and I was missing the horns. I know they went in a little bit of a different direction with this, more intimate feel, stripped down feel. I get it, and it's very effective, absolutely. And I know there are people who enjoy that type of a feel and that type of a sound. I'm not generally one of those people. I'm not. I mean, I absolutely will give credit where credit's due, and I absolutely recognize what he did with the song. But if I'm being honest, I prefer the original more. I do. It's just, it's bigger sounding, it's fuller sounding, it has that nice soulful feel to it. And I gotta be honest with you, I mean, the 4/4 definitely works, and it proves a theory I've had for a long time where you could take time signatures that are close. I know people are going, 9/4 isn't close to 4/4. Yes, it is, if you do two measures of 4/4. So instead of 4/4, you got 8/4, okay? 8/4 and 9/4, very close together, okay? Or 4/4 and 5/4, they're close together too. You could take songs that are very close in time signature and you could play them in different time signatures that are close to each other, and it can work. This is a good example of that theory. But I also gotta admit, the 9/4 was cool. I did enjoy the 9/4, and I did kind of miss it here. Did he do anything wrong with the cover? Absolutely not. He took his own feel on it. He took his own approach on it. He put his own spin on it. And he did nothing wrong with it, okay? Nothing at all. I was just a little more impressed with the original than I was with this one. So, again, enjoyable. Nothing wrong with it. It just didn't, I don't think it held up quite as well as the original did, all right? But it's still a fine version. It's still a pretty good cover, man. It really is, and I can absolutely appreciate it. So that's why I'm giving it the pretty good score of 6.5. So yeah, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 6.5, which is a pretty good skill rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.